Hey everyone, good morning from the open road. I am heading northeast to the beautiful town of Lincoln, Nebraska, because it is finally time for the 2021 SCCA Solo National Championships. I've got the Miata all loaded up on the trailer. I'm packed up, ready to go. Super excited. As you know from seeing my other videos, this is a long time coming. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the national championships last year in 2020 due to COVID concerns. So it's been a long 2 years, and I'm super excited to get back to Lincoln and see so many great friends that I have not seen in a couple years, and get ready for some intense competition. So as you know, I'll be competing in C Street in my 2019 Mazda Miata. I think we have about 37 drivers lined up, so it should be a pretty intense battle. Did some testing there at Crow's Landing, and the car felt really good. So we'll see how that translates to the concrete surface in Lincoln. It is a little bit different, not quite as grippy. I've got a truck full of tires. Not only did I bring, of course, the Yokohamas, I also brought the Falcon RT660s just in case. And I brought a brand new set of Continentals just in case it rains, which, if you know anything about the Midwest at this time of year, late August, early September, it's not a matter of if, but when it rains. So I think I'm set up. I think I'm prepared. Should be a great week of competition and camaraderie. We've got something like 1,150 people entered to this event. In a year that we're coming out of COVID, that's pretty impressive. It still makes it the #1 participation motorsport in the country. Nothing is as big as this. So the way it works is there are actually 2 courses. This place is huge. It's an air base, and there's just huge amounts of space. You start one day on one of the courses, you get 3 runs on that course, and then you move over to the next course on the following day. You take your best run from each day on either course and combine those 2 runs together to make an overall time, and that's what decides the winner. The plan is to kind of take you through the Solo Nationals experience as much as I can, and give you some insight into what makes it a special event. We'll see how much extra time I get to shoot video, but at the very least, we'll definitely get some video of my competition runs and try to set the stage for the excitement that is SCCA Solo Nationals. Well, I promise I had good intentions to take you guys on a video tour of SCCA Solo Nationals in Lincoln. Unfortunately, both official business with being on the SEB and unofficial business of just hanging out and having a great time, I did not get a lot of video shots in. Be sure to click the link in the comments below of a great video put together by the SCCA of what Solo Nationals is all about. It really does give a great glimpse into what is SCCA Solo Nationals. So let's get into the competition. C Street was running Tuesday and Wednesday, and we were starting off Tuesday on the East course. Definitely a few national champions in our class, I was looking forward to some pretty stiff competition. The course was nice and open and looked very, very fast from course walks. So I was pretty excited. It looked similar to some of the course designs that we see at Crow's Landing for American Autocross series events. So definitely was looking forward to getting out there. So here we go into run number 1.
Well, unfortunately, that run did not quite go according to plan and was definitely not my best work. The car got a little loose in that first slalom. I kind of attacked the entry a little bit too hard and almost spun the car. So needless to say, that first run was not ideal, and I was well down in the standings, as you might expect. So going into run 2, my game plan was get a run in that was safe, most important, clean, and no cones, so that I can be in the running. That run was a whole lot better. I definitely still played it a little bit safe, but it was exactly what I needed to do. Clean, tidy, but still quick. This got me up into the lead by around 0.3 of a second heading into run 3. Well, run 3 is in the books, wrapping up competition on day 1. That run was about the same time as my second run, which was kind of surprising to me, as you may have heard in my reaction coming through the lights. The run felt better to me by the seat of the pants than that, and I was kind of surprised to see that I only matched my second run. Looking at the data afterwards, I definitely overslowed some sections that cost me some time. Otherwise, there would have been more of an improvement. That being said, still, I was thrilled to be in the lead, albeit by only 29 thousandths of a second. As you can see on the standings, the top 3 are separated by less than 1/10, and the top 5 by just over 0.3. So as you can see, going into day 2, the competition is tight, and the national championship is up for grabs. Okay, here we go into day 2 of competition in C Street at the 2021 SCCA Solo Nationals. The West course was definitely a little more technical, at least how it walked compared to the East course. More transition, a little bit more slaloms, still definitely very fast though. So it should be interesting to see how everybody attacked the course. Game plan for me, just like day 1, hopefully was to get a nice clean run in the books for run number 1, something that I can build upon in run 2 and run 3. So here we go, run 1.
A couple spins for both drivers. The driver into the course. Other 55s, but Scroggs, the first one able to run a clean 55, 55.2, puts 1.2 seconds.
All right, run one is complete, and that was definitely what I had in mind. It was tidy, it was safe, but most important, it was clean. And I had the lead going into run number two.
We got C Street second drivers. Good through the course. Scroggs sitting at the line. Your leader, 54.2 is the time for Barbary. Hard. He is working that Miata through the course, trying to find time.
Well, run number two is complete. Unfortunately, I pushed a little bit too hard, especially in that opening section, and caught a cone. The time was essentially the same as my first run, which was good considering that, according to data, I threw away quite a bit of time in that section where I hit the cone. That meant I was faster everywhere else, which is a good thing to build upon going into run number three. Okay, the stage is set for final runs at the 2021 SCCA Solo Nationals in C Street. I'm sitting in the lead, but only barely. It's very tight at the top, and this final run could determine who wins the national championship. So my dilemma was, do I play it safe and just go try to find, a couple of tenths to build upon the lead that I already have, or do I go for it and risk it all by trying to put in a flyer? Time to find out.
Second drivers in C Street are taking to the course with Scroggs sitting in the line. 55.0 is the time for Barbary. Working the course, getting through that opening slalom. We're looking for a 54 for somebody in C Street. Could it be Scroggs? Could it be Cone? Could it be Goel? All three drivers yet to take their final runs here in C Street. Brian Wells in on a dirty run, 58.4 for him. No improvement on that run. Stays in 23rd position. Next in will be Lau as Scroggs comes through the showcase. Little bit of a slide there. Setting up wide, carrying the speed through the pinch maneuver, back around to the right. As Brian Wells comes through, 59.3 for Brian. Nice improvement on that run. Cleans up from a DNF and a cone. Moves from 34th into the top 20. In 20th position does Lau. Meanwhile, Scroggs looking for that 54. 54.9. Oh no, a cone for Scroggs. So it's a 54.6 plus 1 for Scroggs. Incredible scratch time, 54.6, but caught the cone in the last wall on course. just hung the tail end a little bit too far out, so that will leave the door open now for Goel or Cone. And Scroggs cones away an incredible time, 54.6 plus 1 for Scroggs. So leads. Now all he has to do is go back to grid and wait, as we're still waiting for those two last drivers to pull to the line. I think Vivek will be the next driver pulling to the line right now with Cone hot on his heels, so they know what they need to do. Vivek needs to find 6/10. Cone needs to find 2/10. The time is there. We'll see if anybody can get it done. Time for Goel is a 55.3, so not the scratch time he needed, and caught a Cone as well. No improvement there for Goel. He stays in third position. So now all eyes on Rick Cone. He's the only man left in C Street that can take the win away from Mark Scroggs. Clean through the last wall, clean through the finish. What's the time going to be? It's a 55.2, not enough. He finds a 10th. He needed another 0.04 of a second. So Scroggs can breathe a sigh of relief, gets it done, but not doing it the easy way. Struggled yesterday early on, coned his last two runs here on day 2, will sit on his first run of the day, but that is going to be enough to take the win provisionally here in C Street by 0.04 of a second over Rick Cone.